Well, this is the second episode on the series on student motivation, and we have been talking about what could be some causes and then what could be the cures for making sure that you shore up student motivation. First episode talked about what kind of a home environment is a desirable one. In this episode, we are going to be talking about what is meant by missing background knowledge. उसकी बात होगी इस episode में. Before we begin, I want to request you to like and share this episode forward and do subscribe to the Shikshangan channel if you find it meaningful for your own work. This episode is going to talk about what is this missing background knowledge because of which our students find themselves very, very low in their motivation. और इसके लिए हम कर क्या सकते हैं? यदि कुछ knowledge missing है जिसकी वजह से एक academic lag हो गया है, so what can you do? So first we will understand what is this background knowledge. Background knowledge is also known as prerequisite knowledge. यानी कुछ नई चीज पढ़ाई जा रही है क्लास में, उसके लिए जो कुछ पूर्व ज्ञान की जरूरत होती है in both concepts and skills, संकल्पनाओं में and क्षमताओं में, if that is not there, the student doesn't understand what's going on in the class. इसमें vocabulary भी आती है. If the student is not understanding the language of the teacher at all, the student is not motivated to remain focused. So background knowledge is about the knowledge which is required for understanding the new knowledge. And this is available to us in our long-term memory. होनी चाहिए. And the teacher needs to bring that out and activate it before she is introducing anything new. जब कुछ एक missing होता है brick of knowledge, background knowledge, this is known as the student backlog. फिर दीवार है, दीवार में एक brick missing है, तो दीवार कच्ची रह जाती है. This is the way the wall of the knowledge also is weakened. And that's why the first thing that the teacher needs to do is identify what is this missing background knowledge that she needs to first plug in. The good news is कि दो areas में usually ये backlog या missing knowledge होता है. The good news because if you know कि मर्ज क्या है तो दवा दे दें. If you know that what is the problem, then we can provide remedy. Usually it's vocabulary of all subjects, not just the language of medium of instruction. Mathematics की vocabulary is different from history vocabulary, geography vocabulary is different from biology vocabulary. All that vocabulary is missing. Every word has knowledge. एक तो काम हमें vocabulary पे करना है बच्चों के साथ, and second one is basic fundamentals of mathematics. ये दो चीजें यदि हम plug कर दें, so children will feel confident to go into the class and their motivation will be up. Because if there's no background knowledge, then the motivation is low. So what is the remedy? क्या कर सकते हैं हम? The remedy for filling the gap is actually called scaffolding. Scaffolding is nothing but supporting. हम जंगल में देखते हैं या we see in animal life, they teach their babies everything by scaffolding and supporting. जब तक चिड़िया उड़ना सीख न जाए, माँ घोंसला छोड़ती नहीं है. Similarly, I can see that the rhinos are teaching the baby to climb, etc., and hunt. So for this, we use a strategy called accelerated learning. Speed में learning बढ़ाएं, sufficient background knowledge दें, just in time. In this one episode, we are not detailing it out, but we do have a whole module on how can you scaffold the learning of the students. The link is given above and look at it. So the second factor of student motivation is उनका background knowledge हम किस तरह से plugging करें. We have to do this by scaffolding. And what is scaffolding? Scaffolding is nothing but supporting. जिस तरह से if you give the children who are very low on motivation, teacher कुछ भी काम दे दे, it seems like my God, I have to climb a wall now. किस तरह से मैं इसको करूं? And therefore, when you ask students to climb a wall, you give them some support, some harness. When you teach a child to learn a bicycle, उसको दो training wheels होते हैं, support देते हैं हम for some time. आने लगता है तो निकाल देते हैं. So that is the meaning of scaffolding. So scaffold is nothing but something which actually makes the student experience success. Support to experience success. It doesn't mean giving all the answers. It just means supporting for a while, all right? Till the child learns to climb the academic ladder on her or his own. So when you are placing these scaffolds, you're actually placing footholds so that your students can master one step at a time. Scaffolding means supporting. इसके लिए बहुत टेक्निक्स हैं, strategies for scaffolding. There are many techniques, are many, and we can do that in another episode. But how can you scaffold? But scaffolding will plug the background knowledge which is missing. All right. So what we are saying, that once you identify the home background and work on it, you will still find that students have some learning lag, academic success lag, and that can be plugged in by scaffolding. दो चीजों को करने की जरूरत है, vocabulary of all the subjects and fundamentals of mathematics. I hope you like this short episode on how can you scaffold. Do like, share forward, and subscribe to our channel. Episode 3 is going to talk about what can you do about the stress that students are going through in order to keep them motivated. Thank you for watching.